The chapter begins with a description of the armies arrayed for battle, introducing key warriors on both sides. Arjuna, a prince and a skilled warrior, initially prepares to fight, but is suddenly struck with doubt and despair when he sees his own relatives, beloved friends, and revered teachers on the opposing side. The sight of killing those he loves creates intense emotional conflict. Arjuna reflects on the consequences of war, the destruction of families and social order, the potential rise in unrighteousness if elders and wise leaders are killed, the suffering of women and children leading to societal chaos. Overwhelmed, Arjuna expresses his reluctance to fight. He lays down his bow and arrows, signaling that he cannot participate in the battle. He explains that victory and kingdom would be meaningless if it comes at the cost of killing his loved ones. This chapter highlights several key themes. 1. Moral dilemma. Duty versus emotion, righteousness versus personal attachment. 2. Human vulnerability. Even a great warrior experiences fear, sorrow, and doubt. 3. Need for guidance. Arjuna's confusion opens the way for Krishna's teachings on dharma, selfless action, and spiritual knowledge. Chapter 1 essentially portrays the human condition when faced with ethical conflict and sets the emotional and philosophical backdrop for the entire Bhagavad Gita. It introduces the universal struggle of duty versus personal attachment and prepares the reader to understand Krishna's instructions in the subsequent chapters. Moral dilemma. Duty versus emotion, righteousness versus personal attachment reflects one of the timeless struggles humans face, and it deeply resonates with modern-day challenges. In today's world, people often find themselves torn between professional duties and personal relationships, such as choosing between career obligations and family needs. Similarly, leaders and individuals must balance ethical principles with emotional ties. For example, making fair decisions at work despite friendships, or standing for justice even when it affects loved ones. This dilemma highlights the conflict between what feels right emotionally and what is right morally or socially, reminding us that true wisdom lies in finding a path that upholds integrity while acknowledging human bonds. Human vulnerability. Even a great warrior experiences fear, sorrow, and doubt, reminds us that no matter how strong, skilled, or successful a person may be, vulnerability is part of being human. In modern life, this truth surfaces when leaders, professionals, or parents, often seen as pillars of strength, quietly struggle with stress, anxiety, or self-doubt. It shows that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. Acknowledging vulnerability helps us embrace empathy, seek support when needed, and build resilience in the face of challenges such as career pressure, personal loss, or uncertainty about the future. Need for guidance. Arjuna's confusion opens the way for Krishna's teachings on dharma, selfless action, and spiritual knowledge, reflects the timeless human struggle of seeking clarity in moments of doubt. In modern life, people face overwhelming choices, career paths, ethical dilemmas, and personal conflicts that often cloud judgment. Just as Arjuna turned to Krishna for wisdom, today we look for mentors, spiritual teachings, or inner reflection to find direction. The lesson is that true guidance helps us act with purpose, rise above confusion, and align our actions with values greater than personal gain.